It has already been 1 year of using the Amazon greenhouse. So let's give it our 1 year review. I can say that it has held up fairly well. This thing has handled 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts, no problem. Heavy winds, heavy rain, heavy snow. We've now gone through all of it and no problems. Now there are a few holes here and there. User error. You know, I should have cut that flat so that it wasn't so pokey, and that one wanted it popped open. Yeah, this one got a hole here because I put the shelf in here too close and it ended up popping through, and you can see this one's starting to wear away. But again, user error. But the only thing that's kind of starting to wear already is, you can see, we've got some zipper damage, and this one straight like broke the whole little handle. But still works, still opens. Now, let's see, despite those holes, it's like 30 degrees out today and we're pushing 90 in here, so definitely still holds the heat. And that's with, I got that window and that window open so that the garlic stays kind of cold, so the garlic grows well. But as you can see, pond's thawed. Pond has stayed thawed almost all winter because of how warm it stays in here. Cold enough that the goldfish and the turtles have gone to sleep and pretty much been hibernating all winter, but not enough to completely freeze over all the way. You know, we did put this extra bracing for snow just in case. And the most important modification, I think, was putting in these 3-foot stakes. We've got 6 of them in, and they're just pounded into the ground. Got a couple holes drilled through them where I zip tied them to the greenhouse, because the day we got this together, the winds came and completely took this thing. So that's a must-have modification if you live anywhere with wind. Secure this thing down. I think this cable has done a really good part in helping distribute weight. We haven't had too much sag in most of this. It's holding up really well. The structure, no major bend or break, despite, like I said, this thing gets pounded sideways and takes a lot of wind. We get 45, 50-mile-an-hour gusts out here a lot. And it'll move, it'll flex, but we haven't had anything bend, snap, or anything like that outside of, like I said, when we first put it together, before I secured it and the wind took it, that snapped. But the pros have been, it was extremely affordable. It was extremely easy to set up. I set this thing up by myself pretty much in just like an hour or two. It's been easy to use, not a lot of maintenance to it. When the snow comes in, you got to come in and, you know, knock it off. Any wetness that gets stuck up here will permeate through. Caulking does help a lot. I don't get a lot of leak on that side where I caulked it really well, but this side I never went back and caulked the outside because the tape was on. But the tape finally started to come off from the winter. So pros, you know, like I said, easy to install, easy to put together, really affordable, resilient, decent amount of space in here. Although 7 foot really isn't the greatest. I would like like 9 foot, 8 foot minimum, but 9 or 10 foot would be better. The downsides to it have been, I said, obviously this plastic isn't the greatest of quality and it was easy to wear through. The zipper already broke on it, but the Velcro, so all the windows still work, the ties still work, I can still use my door. So I really don't have very many complaints about it at all. I debated buying another one this year, and I still might if I can decide where to put it that won't be in the way of anything else, or maybe getting a smaller one for chickens. I don't know, I've got a couple ideas. Extremely useful though, really like it. You know, made modifications. Like I said, we staked it in, I've secured it up just to make sure it hasn't gone anywhere. It's also tied down to my pond because we got 600 gallons of water here almost, so this is not going anywhere. And so this being tied to it ensures if somehow it could lift these stakes out, which no issue so far, it ain't taking it to this. I ended up putting a back window in that I'll tuck up during the summer for airflow, and then putting the front door on. Now all this and the securing is for legal growing of certain plants here in Michigan. They have to be in a secured structure, and so I put the door together. And then this also helps in summer. I roll that up and it stays vented. So 1 year in, I would certainly recommend one of these if you're thinking about a greenhouse. Right now is the perfect time to buy it. Early spring, right before it's warm enough to go outside. I say, you know, these garlic are thriving in here. And then see, these strawberries are already kind of trying to come back. Got new growth there. We've got green growth coming in there. This azalea is already getting buds back on it. So boom in there. If it snows, if it gets cold, no issues. This thing's small enough, easy enough to heat. So you can easily extend your growth season 2 to 4 months, depending on where you live, with this greenhouse. So if you're thinking about it, go for it. Spend a few bucks at least on the stakes and tie it down, or you know, some form of securing it to the ground so it doesn't blow over. And then if you get heavy snows during the snow season, make sure you brace up a couple of these beams, and I really don't think you're gonna have anything to worry about. That's my opinion based on my experience so far, and I appreciate you stopping by. It has been a really fun journey with this greenhouse from start to finish so far, and I am absolutely thrilled that I made this purchase. I stand by it 100%. No regrets. So if you're thinking about it, do it. I ain't got nothing more to say. No need to keep repeating myself beyond that. So we're gonna zip it up, say goodbye to the ladies, and thank you folks so much for stopping by. I hope that this helps you out. I've got a whole playlist kind of tracking the greenhouse through the season. I will have at the end card and in the description below for those on mobile, so you can kind of see every step of the way and see it through the seasons. But yep, definitely get yourselves one if you're thinking about it. Thank you so much for stopping by. Give me a thumbs up if this video has helped at all. Drop me in the comments below if you have one of these greenhouses. You know, put your good experiences, your bad experiences down below. You know, it's helped make some good consumer decisions. My experience is just my experience. Having your experience helps. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button already, please do so. We've got a lot coming this season, and I'd love to have you around. So until next time, bye-bye.